would mean spending their last reserves of strength not on hunting or gathering, but on a project of pure abstract faith. It is an act of engineering as a form of prayer. Kale is the first to object, his pragmatism a shield against her vision. We have no strength to move mountains, Alara. We have lost 3 hunters. The children shiver in their sleep. You ask us to fight shadows with a rock. We are already dying, Kale. Alara's voice cracks, a rare display of emotion. We die a little more each night, huddled by our fires. Is it better to die on our knees in the dark, or on our feet in the twilight, fighting for the dawn? Her words, and the grim reality of their situation, kindle a small defiant's weary heart. It is madness, but it is a madness with a purpose. It is hope, they agree. The work is a brutal testament to the power of human ingenuity and desperation. They find a great, oblong pillar of granite, a glacial erratic left by the ice long ago. It weighs more than 20 men. They cannot lift it. Alara, applying the same observational logic she used to track the sun, solves the problem. They use the trunks of dead, frozen trees as rollers. They use smaller logs as levers, discovering the simple, world-altering magic of lever mechanics. The journey from the valley floor to the ridge tip is a slow, agonizing pilgrimage of pain. They push and pull the great stone, their muscles screaming, their hands raw and bleeding. And the stalkers come. They harass the work parties in the failing light, their glowing eyes watching from the rocks, their clicks a constant, unnerving chorus. One evening they get careless. A young woman stumbles at the rear of the group. The clan is left to mourn another of their own, her bloody dark stain on the indifferent snow. Kale, his face a grim mask of grief and fury, looks at Alara. Her mad hope has just cost them a life. The cost of their hope is written in blood on the snow, and in the growing desperation in their eyes. The great stone now lies near the summit of the ridge, the vast, dead weight. But the clan is failing. They are skeletal, frostbitten, their movements slow. The longest night, the winter solstice, is only 2 days away. The stone feels heavier than the mountain itself. Doubt, a cold, creeping predator, begins to infect the clan. Kale's hunters look at the useless monolith, and then at their hungry children. They have sacrificed everything for a sky story, and it is not enough. We cannot raise it, Kale says to Alara that night, his voice a dead thing. We have failed. We will die here under this monument to your madness. Alara's face is a mask of exhaustion, but her eyes still hold a feverish light. We have not failed yet, she whispers. We have given our blood to this stone. We have sung our grief into it. It is not just a rock anymore. It is part of us. It must stand. Her conviction, her absolute refusal to surrender, is the final lever. They make one last desperate attempt. Using the last of their strength, they dig a deep trench for the megalith's base. They build a ramp of earth and snow. With every hunter, every hunt-child, heaving on braided hide ropes, they begin the slow, agonizing process of tilting the stone upright. It moves by inches, groaning like a dying beast. Twice, its lips, threatening to slide back and crush them. They hold, their muscles screaming, their spirits united by a single, impossible goal. As the last, weak of the solstice fades from the sky, the great stone lurches, settles, and stands. It is a stark, black finger pointing at the heavens, a testament to their pain and their defiance. They have done it. They collapse at its base, too exhausted to even feel triumph. They do not have to wait for the dawn. The stalkers, enraged by this new intrusion into their territory, launch their most determined attack yet. They swarm the ridge, their clicking calls rising to a frenzy. The clan scrambles to the base of their new stone, forming a desperate, pathetic circle. The fire is low. This is the end. But as the first stalker leaps, a single, pure ray of light slices through the darkness. It is the sun rising from its grave. It crests the twin peaks of the distant mountain, and its first beam, perfectly channeled by the valley, strikes the great standing stone. The monumental architecture is perfect. The stone explodes with light, a beacon in the twilight. The beam illuminates the entire ridgetip in a sudden, brilliant wash of gold. The effect on the stalkers is catastrophic. Creatures of darkness and shadow, they are caught in the open, their forms starkly, clearly visible for the first time. They shriek, a sound of pain and confusion, and recoil from the brilliant light. The clan, galvanized by the miracle, roars. It is a single, primal sound of hope reborn. They are no longer cowering prey. They are the children of the sun. They rise, their spears finding their marks in the blinding light, and charge. Their greatest weapon, the darkness turned against them, break and flee. A scatter of panicked shadows vanishing from the night sun is a traitor. Each day, it rises later, a pale, watery. This was not just the building of a stone. It was the moment our ancestors stopped being passive subjects of the cosmos disk that offers no warmth. It limps across a sliver of the northern sky before dying in early, bloody death in the west. The great ice sheets, the grinding, elemental power of the glacial maximum, have bled the heat from and began a conversation with it. By observing the world, by predicting its patterns, and by raising their own hands to meet at the world. And now they are starving the light. For the clan of the long shadows, the world is shrinking. There, they transform themselves. This act of building, this fusion of astronomical observation and communal effort, represents a profound leap in lives, once measured by the vastness of the tundra, are now defined by the shrinking circle of their firelight. Fear is the rhythm of their days, but the terror belongs to the night. When the last of the suns recite the story of human evolution, it is the birth of science, of religion, of architecture, all in a single, desperate act of hope. They had learned that the universe operates on a grand and terrifying scale, but they had also learned that they is gone, they come. They are the hoar-frost stalkers, a pack of feathered theropods perfectly lever, a rope, and a shared, unwavering purpose can be a force of equal power. Their monument was not just an offering to the sun, it was a declaration of their own existence. A promise that they too would endure, because adapted to the cold and the dark. They are not large, no taller than a man, but they are intelligent, and they are relentless. They do not roar. They click, a series of sharp, chittering sounds that travels on the darkness is not a thing to be feared, but a thing to be measured. And the brightest light is always the one you build yourself.